Senator Blackburn, thank you for making the time. Thank you for making the time for us.
Oh, I'm delighted to join you. Thank you so much.
Let's start with some shutdown talk, if we can, Senator. What the heck is going on here with these Democrats? They had their little silly No Kings rallies, so they made it seem like they have something to say other than Trump is bad, although that's really the same thing. Trump is bad, no kings. A little childish, whatever. But now the government's been closed, I think, 21 days. What's going to happen here? Are they going to blink? Are they going to finally give up? What do you see going on?
Some of the Democrats are beginning to say, well, we need to bring an end to this. And then you've got Chuck Schumer saying, well, we did the No Kings, and now if we vote to reopen the government, it's going to look like we are giving in and caving in. And, oh, by the way, the notices on the Obamacare premiums are going to go out November 1st, and we want to keep it shut to then. I think the important thing that we need to remember is this. What they are wanting to do is to supercharge Obamacare. You know, in the beginning, when they did Obamacare, they said this was a step toward a single-payer system, government-run health care. And this has been their goal. So what we have to do is realize that is their goal, and we can't let them continue with these enhanced COVID credit premiums where they took off the caps and anybody that was in the marketplace got a subsidy.
We're talking to Senator Marsha Blackburn. I think, based on the background there, you may still be at the White House. President Trump came out and spoke for some time. There's also been a press conference with Senate Republicans there. What did you learn today? What's the vibe? What should we know? Looks like a beautiful day in Washington also about the changes that President Trump has made to the White House.
You know, Clay, we were in the Rose Garden for lunch and had a wonderful time with him. We're on our way back to the Capitol right now to vote. It was a very upbeat lunch. We were delighted to have some time with the president to talk about what is taking place as we are in this shutdown, to talk about our concerns for making certain that the troops are going to be tended to, that women and infants and children are going to get the benefits that they need, and talk about the importance of getting the government reopened so we can return to the appropriations process. And we've done great work in the Senate. Our Appropriations Committee has all of our bills ready to go to the floor. 3 of them are already finished and ready to go into conference with the House. And regular order would be a very good thing. Getting onto a Republican budget instead of a Biden COVID-era budget is something that's important. And part of the silliness of this whole thing with the Democrats is that they have already voted 5 times for these funding levels. Not once or twice, but 5 times. And now they're saying, well, they're so full of hatred for Donald Trump, they're trying to make excuses and then not vote to reopen the government.
Senator Blackburn, Trump spoke a bit about Russ Vought going after some spending that this administration thinks is wasteful, taxpayer dollars not going to good effect. Can you speak with any specificity to some of what those programs are, or what is able to be done in terms of cutting during this period? Because Trump has referred to it many times, and he gave really a big high five to OMB Director Vought earlier today.
Yes, he did, and Russ was there at lunch with us. There are programs, some of these programs that some of the big blue states have wanted, some infrastructure projects that many times conservatives have questioned the usefulness or appropriateness of using taxpayer dollars for some of these programs. And indeed, there's the opportunity to cut and eliminate those. There's the opportunity to eliminate some of these jobs, like over at the IRS. And I was seated with Secretary Bessent at the lunch. I'm glad he is overseeing the IRS. But, you know, that is where you can begin to cut the fat out of some of these government programs. And I liken it to kind of being like Doge on steroids, where you can say this is wasteful, the other is wasteful, government is shut down, we have to be careful with the resources. And so these programs and things that are not necessary can be eliminated, and it is part of the president's prerogative during a government shutdown to remove those programs.
In the background, we can hear what sounds like an emergency going off.
Well, actually, it is the motorcade. Where we're going from the White House back to the Capitol for the vote. So you're getting this in real time.
Well, so I was just going to say, it made me think about the president calling out the National Guard, not only in Washington, D.C., but also in Memphis. And so you have a unique opportunity to see it happen in both places because you spend a lot of time in Washington, D.C., and also you have traveled and represent Memphis. What have you heard from people about the impact, the safety? Do you see it? Do you feel it that the president's call-up of the National Guard and the State Guard has had?
I have to tell you, in Memphis and Shelby County, and I was there twice last week, people come up to me and say, thank you so much. They know that I've worked very hard on this. Senator Haggerty has worked very hard on this also. And one of the things that I have put a lot of energy into is drawing the attention of Kash Patel and Pam Bondi and the president to what we need in Shelby County and in Memphis. The mayor of Memphis has done a great job working with us. People are thrilled that Memphis is safe. We're going to make certain that Memphis is the safest city in the United States and that they lose this moniker of having been the most dangerous per capita. We also feel like with things going so well in Memphis and the governor and the guard and the highway patrol and the TBI and 13 federal agencies all working together, that we can show what we did in Memphis, and that can be the model for fighting crime all across the country. And Memphis, right at 1,200 gang members have been apprehended. Most of those gang kingpins have been apprehended. You've got 63 missing children that have been rescued. You've got 227 illegal firearms that have been pulled off the streets. And that is what has happened in the last couple of weeks.
Senator Blackburn, appreciate you being with us. Thanks so much.
You got it. Take care. Bye-bye.
Clay, I think if the crime program bears the kind of results that we're hoping it does, this could be one of the big wins for the Trump presidency, for the Trump administration, because it will break through this idea that Democrat-controlled cities can just be lawless crime hellholes for 50 years on end, with no one ever stopping to say maybe we should do something differently here.
Yeah, and it reminds me of the border because we heard for so long, if Congress can't act, then it doesn't act, and how could we ever shut down the border? And then Trump just shut down the border. And there is an element, I think, when you see the crime collapse in Washington, D.C. and in Memphis, that we've just come to tolerate this, and we don't have to. And yes, why would the precedent that's brought to bear in both of those cities not also be used other places? It seems like this could be really potentially transformative in a positive way for everybody of all different backgrounds, since, as we have talked about on this program for a long time, no one hates murder more than you and I. Look, NBA is returning tonight. You got college basketball back soon. A Major League Baseball World Series is set, and NFL and college football are firing on all cylinders. You can get hooked up right now with phenomenal offers from Prize Picks. In fact, when you play $5, You get $50 in your account. On Thursday, I am going to give all of you what I hope is a winner, and you can play along with us. But if you go ahead and download the app, Prize Picks, if you go ahead and sign up, Prize Picks, use my name, Clay, you can be ready to go. You can pull out your app. You can get your notepad. You can write down. All you have to do is pick more or less on a variety of athletes, and we will hopefully have a winner for all of you on Thursday. We've had 4 winners already. We're going for 5 at prizepicks.com, code Clay. That is prizepicks.com for $50, code Clay.